Okay, this run shows off the newly buffed German Shepherd. There's quite a few balance changes that came over from the test server that are now live, and so you'll see a lot of different stats that are going on. The Silk Moth is a 3-1, Pyterman's a 1-2. There's a whole bunch of changes. I'll have the patch notes in the description if you want to see them all. And the Silk Moth also only gets 2 triggers. You can see who I went against there. That's Akron. What? Another great YouTuber. He's got a lot of like quick short videos of sap. I remember Ludwig watched Akron on stream, and that was kind of cool to see. Which actually, now that I bring it up, Ludwig actually played sap a little bit recently. He's been playing some Pack 4, which is cool to watch. Definitely, Ludwig is one of my most watched streamers, probably. So enjoy watching him play some sap, even if he has like no idea what he's doing and is making a bunch of misplays. It's still fun to watch. It doesn't really matter. Why be good at the game if you can just be entertaining, I guess. So level 2 Chipmunk's still going to be pretty nice, especially with the cherry, because cherry's pretty solid food item. You can sell it to get 2 free cherries, and then you're spawning a 4/4 golden retriever for free. And that's if you don't have any stilts. Stilts got a slight nerf. It is now a 3-2, but its ability is instead 2 trumpets instead of 3, which I thought was pretty fair, because before it kind of felt like the tempo you got from stilt was insane. If you just get like 2 stilts, you have a random 6/6 golden retriever, and that's not even including the stats you get from stilt, so it's very solid. And so there's quite a few other changes. You can see Squid is a 5-2. Pretty significant stat buff there. I think that's +2 attack. I think Poison Dart Frog also got like +2 attack, and Flea also got attack. I mean, I love this patch, to be honest. I don't know how many times I've mentioned like they usually buff or they usually nerf things, but in this patch specifically, there's been a lot of buffs. There are still some nerfs to like Warthog and Baboon, but for the most part, there's quite a few buffs. And yeah, there's the 5-2 Poison Dart Frog. They did nerf its ability a while back. It used to deal 4 damage, but now it deals 3, and now its stats are slightly better, which I think is probably a more fair way to balance it. It still feels like it's a pretty solid unit, but it's not going to be like insane, and it's not something you maybe want to keep around the entire time, which is probably, again, a good thing. Like having tier 2s or like tier 3s, even tier 4s be things that you want to keep around until the very end is not great. Usually you want to like incentivize people buying the new pets that are showing up in the shop, I guess. Which would make sense, because if you could just ignore all the new pets, it doesn't really make it too fun, does it? I think. Antelope I still think isn't great. I think they did nerf Flying Fish. It now only has 2 triggers, but it gives 2 experience. So maybe that'll make Antelope a little bit better. But before, like, Flying Fish was kind of better than Antelope, and it was a tier 3 instead of tier 4. We'll see how things work out. I'm not sure like what the use of Flying Fish is going to be. Is it still going to be good with 2 triggers? I'm not really sure. It's definitely not going to be nowhere good as it once was, I think. So shouldn't be seeing too many Flying Fish teams in the meta, I think. All right, so double. I actually didn't sell the Chipmunk for such a long time that I guess I can give it a banana, and that is going to be better than Cherry for the most part. So why not take it? This will synergize with the Poison Dart Frog. And I'm not really sure what else I want to banana here. Oh, just roll into a Manatee. Perfect. I can go with the banana Manatee to get the monkey. Or, actually, like Crane Manatee has been doing extremely well. Just being able to get that extra 5 attack and a melon is pretty insane. So definitely recommend that. They did change Nurse Shark. It is now triple damage, but it only spends up to 10 trumpets. So the maximum it's going to do is 30 damage, so it's not going to like completely one-shot 50/50s, but 30 damage is still a really high amount of damage that is probably going to kill most things. So it still should be very good, and now it only spends 10 trumpets as well. And it just seems overall solid. In custom packs especially, like you can see 1-Up Nurse Shark, Tiger Nurse Shark. I guess in this pack you can go like Pteranodon Nurse Shark, which is still pretty helpful. They buffed Lettuce. Oh, I gotta talk about this. Lettuce is so good now. It is current tier and higher, which means that when you get level ups and you buy it, you can buff it with the sushi, which is so helpful. And I mean, it's pretty easy to have like 3 things that are current tier or higher on your team now, which means you can be buying sushis on turns 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's just really solid overall. So cool to see that. I was thinking about like trying to get a Nurse Shark build going. Of course, the best thing would be a Nyla, and then maybe a Hylian Cow if you can. But that's not what this run ended up being, as you could maybe surmise. There's a lot of wolves, wow. And some slugs. I'm surprised I skipped so many. I could have gotten level 2. And then, okay, I was going really all in on this nurse shark, which, didn't really end up happening, I have to say. And there's a German Shepherd, gonna be great with wolves. So now it is a 10-4, and it is 30% of its attack. It used to be 20%, and now it is 30%, which means at 50-50, it's gonna, and at level 3, it's gonna give 90% of its attack. What's 90% of 50? 45? So, I mean, that's pretty much instant 50 attack units. Just absolutely crazy. If there's no counter to those summons, how are you going to beat that? It's going to be, like, nearly unstoppable. Falcon is such a fun unit. Also, what the... Did the Nurse Shark just deal 0 damage there? Am I crazy, or did it... I think it just dealt 0 damage. I don't know. I'd have to watch that back. Maybe it didn't. But, yeah, so Wolf, gonna get 3 summons there. Those are going to be such a... Oh, and it works in the shop. Don't want to forget about that. Potato's going to be really nice for when tomatoes start appearing. And yeah, so that means that if you have like a leopard or something and you have a level 3 shepherd that's a 50-50, you can just get an instant 50 attack leopard when you buy it. Which means, I mean, that's just crazy, isn't it? But it's also kind of fun. The one thing they also did buff was Flycatcher, and now deals 3 damage instead, but it doesn't gain any HP. That still should be able to counter summons, so that is going to be the one weakness of this team for sure, if I happen to run into any Flycatcher teams. But as long as I don't really run into any of those, I'm not too worried, because you get so much attack. Even this level 1 German Shepherd is still giving 3 attack here, which isn't even that bad. I mean, it is a tier 6, so I guess it makes sense that it's really strong, but man, is it just crazy. It's so cool. And some chocolate, why not? I do need a way to scale it, which obviously is going to be the difficult part. Because even if I had gotten the manatee and the, like, banana, it messes up the positioning, because it's not like I can really go with the front German Shepherd. So, Bird of Paradise now got nerfed. It now only buffs 3 things. And of course, it doesn't buff the German Shepherd. But it also only requires you to spend 7 gold, which means it's going to be a little bit easier to get like a double trigger. I have level 3 Weasel, so I just need to spend 1 extra gold, which is kind of unfortunate because it's not going to work out. Also, that weakness into Tomato didn't even matter, still going to win. And then more chocolate, level 2, 60% of its attack. Another German Shepherd. And I thought about doing that, but I have another wolf in shop, so why not? Give it 8 extra attack, which means it's going to give even more attack. And I mean, just imagine you just like keep finding endless amounts of German Shepherds. You could just like keep stacking its attack. And why not get even more summons? I mean, that ideally, once you scale this up, is going to be another 50 attack unit. So those bananas could really be absolutely insane. And another German Shepherd Flying Fish team. Pretty interesting. I don't think they have quite as many summons as I do, though. And, yep, as you can see, 19 attack pigs already. And I'm almost there to level 3. The pretzel, it was getting prevented from the weasel because weasel was tier 3, need tier 4s and higher. So there we go. There's +4. That's just a great way to scale the German Shepherd as well. And there's another one. I thought pretzel first might do something, but it only gained 18 attack, so it actually didn't matter. But still. You can see now +28 attack. I'll take a white whale slug. That is going to be optimal for amount of summons in the first spot here. And I guess just roll for a slug. Don't really want to buy the lettuce because it would just swallow something random. Which actually, I guess for this turn is not really that bad since it's very easy to replace. And cherry is actually the perfect thing to feed it, especially if it's in the first spot. I could just go Bird of Paradise actually, and then like banana, white whale in the second spot, and then actually cherry the wolf in the third spot. Because as long as I just have any amount of trumpets, I get another summon, and that is going to be, again, another 50 attack unit. So 35 attack pigs, I would say that's pretty good. That's gonna 105 damage each. I would say is pretty strong. Perhaps a bit too strong, but as long as there's a counter to it, I suppose it's all right. Maybe, I don't know. Especially with like potato, it's really hard to kill this German Shepherd. It's going to require such a good team. I guess what you're really hoping for when you counter this team is to like kill the wolves and stuff with like a snake or a cobra. and I guess that's kind of the best hope. You can see the macaque is spawning orangutans now, so no more coconuts. And I mean, the attack is just so crazy. Again, I can combine the wolves if I find another one in the shop, and then just put another one on the team, and it's going to get almost a 50 attack, and then I can have like 50 attack units in the shop too, not just the spawns. But pretty solid. Found 2 pretzels. That's 8-8 right there. 47 attack, nearly there. And it's a Cobra Flycatcher team. So this is the counter. 46 attack on that slug. But is it going to be enough? Okay, it kills the wolf. Miss out on some spawns. And there's going to be a lot of spawns as well. More sniping. And it doesn't even matter. I still won against the Cobra Flycatcher team. It could have been a little bit stronger, but shows off the absolute insane power of German Shepherd and like Bird of Paradise. Such a crazy unit. Thanks for watching. See ya.